Recently, a probe has been made against UP's women cops for clicking selfies with Priyanka Gandhi. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra was on her way to Agra to meet with the family of a man who died in police custody. This is when she was detained by the UP police. At that time of her detention, a number of police women approached Priyanka Gandhi Vadra to click a selfie with them, to which she even obliged. Later, Lucknow Police Commissioner Dhruva Khan Thakur ordered a preliminary probe against the police women who were seen clicking selfies with Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. Does this probe really show the Yogi government's nervousness about Priyanka Gandhi's campaign trail in Uttar Pradesh ahead of polls? Well, let's decode that for you. The Congress's Uttar Pradesh Election Campaign Committee Chief PL Punya had recently listed out UP's 4 most important issues of Priyanka Gandhi's UP election campaign. What are these issues? The Congress's Uttar Pradesh Election Campaign Committee Chief PL Punya focused on 4 major highlights, including Unnao, Sonbhadra, Hathras and Lakimpur Kd. These incidents turned heat on the Yogi Adityanath's BJP government in Uttar Pradesh. The issues involved women, tribal people, Dalits and farmers who comprise a large segment of voters in Uttar Pradesh. How are these issues important in the upcoming UP elections, you ask? Well, let's decode that for you. Let's understand Lakimpur Kd first. The Lakimpur Kd issue involves farmers who dominate largely the rural landscape of Uttar Pradesh. Over 77% of UP's population lives in rural areas where agriculture and associated fields are the main source of livelihood for them. Priyanka Gandhi was quick to respond to the Lakimpur Kd violence that claimed 8 lives, including 4 farmers. Priyanka Gandhi also met with the families of deceased farmers. Farmers' unions have been vehemently protesting against the central government since the 3 new farm laws were brought about last year. And according to the agriculture census of 2015 and 2016, Uttar Pradesh has 2.3 crore agriculture land holdings, the highest in the country. About 65% of UP's population depends entirely on agriculture, which is currently in distress. The Congress, as well as the Priyanka Gandhi now ahead of polls, hope to reap good election harvest by farming agrarian protest. Hathras. In September 2020, a 19-year-old Dalit lady died in Uttar Pradesh's Hathras. This happened right after the girl reported that she had been gang raped and thrashed by upper caste neighbors. She gave that statement to the police and then died. She was allegedly cremated by the UP administration in the dead of the night without consent from the family of the victim. The incident also became international headlines. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra used this incident to target the Yogi Adityanath government, linking the issue to women's safety in Uttar Pradesh. A year later, the case is still on trial, on which Priyanka Gandhi Vadra in fact recently hit out at the UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, saying, and I quote, "The Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh is the champion of anti-women mindset. He has said that women should not be independent." Hathras issue is about women and Dalits. Dalits form over 20% of Uttar Pradesh's population. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has been trying to woo Dalits back to the party fold. Sonbhadra. Sonbhadra is the second largest district in Uttar Pradesh. 10 people, including 3 women, had died after a village head and his supporters allegedly opened fire on a group of tribal farmers back in July 2019. Priyanka Gandhi set out to meet the families of the victims. In fact, the UP police prevented her from meeting the families initially, but later she was allowed to meet them. But the kin of the deceased had to literally travel 70 kilometers, including a 4-hour journey on foot, only to meet Priyanka Gandhi at her guest house in Mirzapur, where she had been detained. In fact, the Congress had announced assistance of 10 lakh rupees to the family members of those killed in that firing. Now, the tribal population in Uttar Pradesh is not significant, with the community having about 0.6% share in the state's population. But they play a key role in perception building in Uttar Pradesh polls. Unnao. 2 rape cases made Unnao a political issue for the Congress as well as Priyanka Gandhi to target the BJP in Uttar Pradesh. In the first case, a 17-year-old minor girl accused Kuldeep Singh Senga, then an MLA belonging to the BJP, of raping her back in 2017. Kuldeep Sengar was in 2020 convicted and given life imprisonment. In the second case here, 23-year-old woman reported that she was gang raped at gunpoint by two men in December 2018. A year later, she was set on fire, allegedly by 5 men, including the rape accused, when she was on her way to attend court hearing. She in fact suffered 90% burns and later died. Priyanka Gandhi met the family of the woman and hit out at the Yogi Adityanath administration over the 2 rape cases. These crimes under Yogi Adityanath government revolving around farmers, Dalits, women's safety of course, and also concerns over marginalized segments of the population there in Uttar Pradesh. Priyanka Gandhi now seems to be building a case for the Congress's revival in Uttar Pradesh in the run-up to the assembly polls early next year.